You say something.
Is it recording? I guess that's why I need to say something.
No, I just wanted to hear your beautiful voice.
Hey! You say something. I'm not sure my ears are working.
Something.
Something!
Boo.
Okay, now. I was listening to Tom DeLonge talk about aliens. And then
he'd be like ghosts.
Every once in a while he makes a dumb joke.
Yeah.
And then I would fake laugh really hard and go, "He's still got it." That's what I've been doing before you got here.
Do you think when he's old, well, he's already old, but when he's quite elderly, he'll be walking around going, "What's my age again?"
"Sir, it's chilly. Please pull up your pants and jacket. You're gonna catch a cold. Quit wearing these weird Billabong shorts. You're 98 years old,
You don't
sir.
need to wear board shorts anymore.
Please put on this jacket." How long from hearing that title till getting the pun was your journey?
Take off your pants and jacket?
Yeah.
That's a pun?
Oh, you don't get
and
it?
jacket.
Oh!
So
Live
a
on
long
the air!
journey. A long
Live
journey.
on the air!
That was a long journey.
Yeah,
for me,
say it.
To take off your pants and jacket.
No way, man. I'm not doing that in front of you.
I'll do that on my own time, okay?
Yeah. Yeah, Carson Daly was just out there telling children on the streets of Times Square.
Take off your pants and jacket.
Hey, everybody, masturbate.
Remember Carson Daly?
See, I like the old school pop punk, like the Descendants, who had that famous album, "Hey Everybody Masturbate."
I don't like this subtlety that these pop punk bands had. It was about just getting your point across when I was younger.
Damn it!
And then getting caught at a riot.
What a funny song, because you're like, hey, there's a punk band with this song called "Damn It," and you're like, dude, this is probably some hardcore,
That's gotta be edgy.
fuck the government. And then you're like, no, it's in the trailer to American Pie. Think less like spray painting the walls and more shopping at the malls. Yeah, that's like a thing Keith Morris should have said when people were asking about pop punk.
Yeah.
Like, he should have said, these kids aren't spray painting the walls, they're shopping at the malls. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then a bunch of 50-year-old men in Circle Jerks t-shirts.
Hop around.
Yeah.
I
met him once, but I have no stories.
Okay.
Like, even in my own mind, if I'm like trying to squeeze out like a memory.
Nothing.
Like, let's say I'm on my deathbed and my life's flashing before my eyes, but it's taking longer than expected.
It's way longer.
And I'm like, all right, well, I guess I'm reliving the Keith Morris moment. I don't even know what to go for.
I just see his face.
It was in Texas. The whole thing sounds fake. I met him in Texas.
Oh my god.
Letting the cat out of the bag.
Let the cat out the box.
Sometimes on like Rover, it'll be cats, and it'll be like, well, I'm not gonna walk a cat.
Yeah.
But it'll be like, please send a photo. So I'm gonna start photoshopping people's cats into leashes.
Yeah. Or you could just put a leash on a cat.
Put a leash on a cat. And it's just photos of the cat very unhappy.
Yeah.
Being dragged along a sidewalk against its will.
When they're like, send a picture, you should just send a picture of like your arm all scratched up and be like, does this count?
I've done that before. No, well, not that. I did one time just send a picture of me waving. Because there was one where they were like, feed the cats. You probably won't see him. I didn't see him. Here's me in my car driving home before I remembered I have to take a photo. Usually they just get a photo of my thumb over the camera of my phone.
Just a very close thumbs up.
Yeah.
That would be, you could do that too. Like send them a picture of like, just like.
I'm gonna start sending people other cats.
Yeah, just be
sending a photo of a different cat in their house.
In their house, you gotta bring your cat.
It's just I Photoshop a second cat next to their cat.
You should just leave a cat there.
That would be fun.
Like, just be like, oh, that wasn't yours.
Oh,
if you ever need to get rid of a cat.
I got like a Ponzi scheme going where I say, sure, your dog can stay at my house, and then I quickly try to find somebody else who's out of town.
Yeah.
Then 2 dogs at that house.
2 dogs at that house. Oh.
So you caught me in between cats.
You've caught me in between cats, I'm afraid.
Oh, you've caught me in between. Some television presenter. Oh, you've caught me in between cats. Well, welcome.
Welcome.
The wonderful world of art.
Robin Lee.
Lifestyles of the rich and famous. It's wild that, because remember, you might be slightly too young for this.
What a delightful yacht.
But VH1 used to have a show that was kind of like that. That was just like, here's stuff rich people have.
Yeah.
It would be like a half hour.
Yeah.
And then it's wild that I got to watch that, and I will also get to watch people drinking the blood of the rich.
It's true.
It's wild.
Yeah.
It's wild that I will someday be in like a war bunker.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, where do I know this place? And they're like, well, it used to be a private home theater of, and then I snap my finger, Chingy. I remember this one.
I remember this guy.
I remember this from Cribs.
I wonder if he's still got that crazy fridge.
How did the invaders know how to get in? They knew about the secret tunnel Tommy Lee built for prostitutes. They've read the dirt.
We ambushed him through his hooker tunnel.
Yeah. That'll be the future of warfare. Because everyone's like, oh, we're in Saddam Hussein's prison. Or not prison. Palace. But hey.
Hey, sometimes a palace is a prison.
So yeah, you ask some rich people. Some people say, my palace is a prison. And then you go, well, you're a disgraced Italian CEO, Giuseppe Gisont, who is imprisoned in your palace.
In your palace. Yeah, this is a prison. You're on house arrest.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to leave.
I guess house arrest was the more efficient way.
This isn't one of those. That's not a metaphor of us not understanding fame, Giuseppe.
Giuseppe.
You bitch.
That's a fun name to give.
You did pick a fun name.
Is Gus short for Giuseppe?
Yes.
No, it's not.
Every Gus you've ever met, which I'm sure is so many.
Short for Guster.
Guster.
I think I've been to more restaurants called Gus's than I've met people named Gus.
That's probably true. I don't think I've ever met a Gus.
I've
never met Gus Von Sant.
That's gonna be one of those. Oh, you're right.
It's the only famous.
Yeah, you're
Gus.
right. There is a guy named Gus. It's not just a made up name for media. You're right.
There is one
There's
Gus.
a Gus.
It is weird that guy's name is Gus.
Gus. Yeah, you think it'd be like Les Claypool's name.
Yeah, Gus Claypool.
Gus Claypool.
It sounds better than Les.
I wish you had a brother.
Is Les short for Les Paul?
His name, it's Les Paul Claypool.
Because he plays guitar.
No, because he plays the guitar. He plays the guitar.
He plays the guitar.
He plays the thick guitar.
The big thick guitar.
I play the heavy guitar.
That
would be a cool. People got all those gimmick guitars. Like, oh, this one's got 3 necks.
Yeah.
This one's see-through.
Yeah.
And then you got a guy just bent over. This one's heavy.
This thing's so heavy. It's like 500 pounds.
Guitar people are probably sounding off in the comments. You're just thinking of an SG. Am I right? Those things are... Heavy. The neck on that thing.
The neck on that bad boy.
Just a little bit.
At the end of the neck? I know some words.
Yeah. The head.
The head? What's the head?
You know, it's funny because rock and roll is all about emotions.
Yeah.
And then you look at the guitar, and you're like, well, the head doesn't really do anything. It's all about the body.
It's all about the body.
And the
it's
neck.
The opposite.
It's the sexiest instrument.
It's the sexiest instrument.
You just sort of tickle the neck while you strum the body.
Ooh. That'd get me singing too,
yeah,
baby.
You use the neck to make it sing.
A neck massage while someone plays with my tummy?
Yeah. That's all a guitar is. And then every once in a while you twist their ear.
It's just a musical massage. And that's endearing too.
Yeah, you give them a little ear twist.
You know, just a little something.
And then their voice gets higher and they go, hey!
Hey!
And then you go, ah.
Gotcha. Attitude.
That makes sense. Way to play along.
Wait, really get into the bit.
No, the head of a guitar. No, that's what it's all about. Guitars. That'd be cool if guitars came back.
Yeah.
Like all of a sudden everyone's like, yeah, I got a guitar. I've been playing in my room.
What are you talking about? What is happening? And this is how lame I was. That was the only, like, kind of, like, Jesus.
Eric gave me a Sprite that is
I got him
shaken.
twice. I got him twice because I brought him a Sprite and I brought myself a much larger Sprite.
Yeah.
As a power
And then
move.
you shook it.
And then I shook his up.
Did you really?
Meanwhile, mine...
Flat. I drilled a hole in it 2 nights ago and I've left it out. Yeah.
It's still going. I bought him a fake Sprite. That would be great. That'd be a fun novelty toy. Like a soda that just fizzes no matter how many times.
It's
always fizzy.
It's a great novelty prank.
That
Trick soda.
I have created.
Make your friend's floor so goddamn sticky.
I created a new fucking can of snakes.
A new can of snakes.
This is a whole new can of snakes.
How mad are people when they're like, hey, look, a
Snakes.
can of snakes, and they buy it and they open it up and they're like, oh, it's just snakes and water. It's chopped snake.
Chopped snake meat.
It's chopped snake and water.
Yeah, it's like potted ham.
I
It's
at
like
least should have gotten it with gravy. So last time when you left here, you texted me breaking neighborhood news that the strip club burned. I saw it. It's caught on fire. It doesn't appear burned down though.
It was on fire. Well, it wasn't on fire when I
It was on fire.
It was on fire in there. No, but I looked inside. I mean, I didn't look inside. The door was open as I drove by. I don't want anyone to think I went to show. Well, I don't want to tell them where it
To
was.
showgirls.
Yeah,
People need to know so they can support the GoFundMe.
I'm sure there is one. Do you think it was a competing business or insurance fraud? Clearly, it was no accident.
You don't think it was an accident? I don't know why. The strip club's not accident or are accident prone. I don't know. You think not accidents because they'd be coordinated.
Yeah. What?
Yeah,
I zoned out for a second there.
the dancers have to walk around in those heels and they'd be coordinated.
Yeah.
So you think they wouldn't make accidents like an accidental fire?
No, they wouldn't, and they're also intelligent.
I bet what happened was the fire marshal came in, and then he was like, this was months ago, and he's like, hey, I need to inspect this place. And also I need to check out the ladies, make sure they're not too hot.
Yeah.
And then the manager was
That's a fire hazard.
the manager's like, this guy's a fucking creep. Get him out of here.
And the fire marshal heard him say
And the
that.
fire marshal was like, I don't want to get busted. I don't want a whole thing because I made that joke about the ladies being hot. So
Yeah.
he's like, here's your A. here's your full marks.
He didn't even check.
Yeah, and then now it's like, it was just
And it
normal
burns down.
electrical.
And now he's back in trouble again because they're like, you just inspected that place. You were there a week ago.
And then
And
he's
then
like-
there's an electrical fire.
It's like, those ladies were hot.
And then he's like, why did I say that? This is the situation I was trying to get out of. And now I've done it at the workplace. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. I'm stuck in a web of my own deception.
But hey, he gets fired of that job. Then a few months later, he's applying to be a line cook.
Yeah.
And they go, why'd you get fired from a fire marshal job? And he tells that story, and he goes, the ladies were hot.
Yeah.
The line cook goes, this guy's hilarious.
This guy's so fun. He's going to be so much fun at work.
He's going to fit in with the corporate culture. At Tom's Burgers.
At Gus's.
At Gus's. I know a place called Gus's, though.
Is it good?
It is good.
No, good. It was lame.
That's a fun little sketch with some guys doing crowd work every night. So you have clips of different stages. Hey, nice shirt. Nice shirt. Nice shirt.
Nice shirt.
And it's him on a date. Nice shirt.
Nice shirt. Nice shirt.
Do
Do a lot of nice shirt stuff on stage.
No, I don't do anything like that. I don't talk about people's clothes as a rule. as a hard and fast rule. No, I don't watch enough of the show to know who else anyone has talked about. So I'm always afraid I'll come out and be like, hey, that guy in the crowd looks like my Uncle Rick. And then they'll be like, every other comic mentioned that.
Really? I was just thinking he looked like my Uncle Rick.
How do they know my Uncle Rick?
So weird.
No, but that's what I you know what I mean? Because you can't be like, what do you work for the bank?
We gotta take a break. I got to shit so bad. I'm sorry.
Hey man, that's what I was thinking. Because I'm trying to get back into my my boxing weight.
Okay.
'Cause I used to professionally squeeze into boxes, and then I get mailed. I did that at a telephone pole sitting, phone booth flagpole sitting, phone booth stuffing,
phone booth stuffing.
Phone booth stuffing. You get like 20 or 30 of your pals.
You stuff yourself in a phone
see how many
booth.
you can get in the box.
How many can we get in here?
You go, fellas, who's trying to get some box tonight?
Who wants to get a box?
And then you're cut to, you're all stuck in a phone booth.
Yeah.
And then you're going, Ricky, why'd you put on all that cologne?
And why are you hard?
I thought we would. Never mind, fellas.
Never mind. Just everybody has a different idea what phone booth stuffing means.
I know the getting in the box. I meant.
No, getting the box.
Getting in the box.
We're getting some box tonight, baby.
But then it's just you and a bunch of your friends going, "You're too fat, Calvin.
You can't come.
You can't come in. You'll like fuck it all up.
You'll ruin everything."
You take the photo. You hold the little clicker.
The clicker? No.
And then every time someone gets into the booth, because you're going to lose track, because you're going to look at that, it's going to look like, hey, who tangled the spaghetti?
What?
But it's the arms
Oh, okay.
of me and my pals. Me and my gang.
Who tangled the spaghetti?
Who tangled my spaghetti?
That would be... You look at it like a mic
I
cord.
hated that. My dad would bust open my door in the morning. Who tangled my spaghetti? And I'd be like, I don't know. Check Alex's room for forks. Check his room for 2 forks that have like he was using both at once.
They got red sauce on them.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know, Dad. I never tangle your spaghetti.
I don't tangle spaghetti.
And then meanwhile, you've got 2 big forks hid under your pillow.
Yeah. Well, no, I didn't tangle. I don't no, that part is not true.
Don't slander me like that.
No, I do. I would tangle spaghetti to eat it.
Yeah, I would prefer it tangled.
It's funny because it's like...
I'll take the spaghetti. Tangled.
Spaghetti's like the only thing where you're like, fuck yeah, it's tangled.
It's true. There's nothing else you want. Well, maybe a tie. You want a tie tangled.
Specifically.
Yes.
That'd be wild if you.
That's true.
You threw your tie in your bag, quickly getting packed, and you're getting dressed for the wedding. You're like, hey,
it came out.
I ended up on the collar.
Wow.
What are the odds?
What are the odds?
And your autistic friend's like 1 in 23 billion. Like, shut the fuck up.
Let me measure your bag. Let me measure the tie. Let me measure your shirt. Let me measure you.
Does that shirt have buttons on the collar, or are the buttons already undone?
Do they have is it the Oxford style with the buttons on the collar? On the collar?
So, does Oxford style mean there is buttons on the collar?
I think that is what it means, but don't quote me on that.
Oxford,
Don't go around telling people that I told you.
Oxford, Mississippi style is when you got a bunch of barbecue sauce on your novel.
On your what?
On your William Faulkner novel.
Oh. I thought you were saying a name part of a shirt that I didn't know.
Oxford, Mississippi style.
Oxford, Mississippi style.
I gotta wait. If you're listening to this, Connor, I need to know about that Tuesday in Oxford. So much depends on it.
It's so everything.
I don't know how I got to the point where I'm a 32-year-old and I'm like, whether or not I do this Tuesday in Oxford changes the whole week of my life.
It could change
and
everything.
I need to know now.
I don't have time to get around it.
Because if not, there's no sense in going west.
I just won't go. I'll stay home.
I'll stay in Alabama. No, I'm going to still do a run.
No, okay, good for you.
I went and I booked myself 4 possible nights in Chattanooga. And none of them know about each other.
That's good.
And I told them all it's hypothetical, based on this one show in Oxford.
That's good. That's good.
But they don't know that my dream scenario is I'm not doing any of them.
I would love to just stay home.
I would. But I guess I should say my second dream scenario.
My second dream scenario
isn't even any of them.
Nothing working out at all.
Yeah.
And I just stay home in my robe.
No, I started booking funny stuff. I'm trying to go everywhere in West Virginia.
Yeah.
And there's this ice cream place that's like, we do shows. It's in Philippi, West Virginia.
Philippi?
Philippi.
You going to Philippi?
We're going to Philippi.
Oh man, that's gonna change things for you.
But the guy's like, I like to do 2 shows back to back.
Back to back.
And he's like, I'm like, the same audience? He's like, yeah. Both shows will be 45 minutes. And it's just me. In his mind, it's just me. I'm going to bring other people, but in his mind, it's just me for this part. And then he goes, and it's going to be clean. And I'm like, well, yeah, of course.
It's an ice
Of course
cream
I'll
show.
do an hour and a half of clean comedy in Philippi, West Virginia.
For $25.
No, it'll be some cash.
Some good cash.
I hope so.
A scratch.
Some good cream.
What's your rate? Tell the folks your rate.
This probably isn't a cool thing to say.
Yeah.
I mean, nothing I've ever said is cool. I don't really need to
I was pretty cool when you were talking about the channel.
That was pretty cool. It goes to France. It's funny that people are like, oh, the channel. And it's in the English channel, so that means it's British.
And it goes to France.
France is just over there like, so we don't get the channel or the channel? Oh, okay, yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, use our coast for your fucking whatever. Like, who is the Great Wall of China? Who shares the Great Wall of China?
That's true. Why can't it be the Great Wall of China and wherever the fuck? I don't know. I think it separates China and Australia.
That probably fucked over China, because countries are always trying to, like, invade, and a lot of it is convincing the people that, like, hey, we've always been here. You know what I mean? Winning the hearts and minds.
Yeah.
But China built a big old wall.
Yeah.
So it's hard to move your border like 20 miles that way.
Yeah.
But people are like, no, there's a wall.
No, there's a wall.
I'm pretty sure China's there.
That's China.
I'm pretty sure the line is there.
That's there. I don't. Do you
They're
want
like, I
the
don't
stuff
know.
after the wall too?
I don't know, man. Maybe. My grandma said that in the old days. That's the channel.
Do you think there was anyone who had to immigrate over the Great Wall to get to work?
That would suck. No, I think that's the whole point, was to keep them out.
He's an ambassador.
Oh, that would stink. That would stink. That'd be a hard job. Like, I'm the ambassador of North Korea.
I haven't heard anyone say this stinks.
This stinks.
Rats.
What's the stinkiest country?
I think we know.
Let's Google that one.
I think we know.
Oh, what do you think? What are you thinking?
America.
I think also is
because
America.
we stink.
But then number 2 is probably.
We reek of corruption.
But then
crime.
number 2 is
But
probably.
number 2, I don't know. There is one country where they're known for shitting outside a lot.
Oh, okay, so that is the one you're thinking
They're
of?
pooing on their ground.
Wow.
You're right.
No, it's a very specific place.
Really? I guess there are natural
That's not a
things.
country, though. I said stinkiest country. Time Magazine's stinkiest country.
I don't know why I'm laughing so much. It's stinky.
Well, I guess I should smelliest. Smelliest country in the Vatican City. Oh, smallest. Autocorrect. It's like, this guy clearly
made smallest. He's working on like a
No, I
fifth
don't
grade
care.
paper.
It really wants me to know that Seal Island, South Africa is the smelliest place on earth. But get this, it's just because seals stink. Apparently seals just fucking smell.
Stink.
Okay, here we go.
Have you ever been to a zoo?
Thrillist from 2013.
Okay.
So that's, everyone's trying to get clicks and no one's trying to not get canceled. We're gonna get, oh yeah, the photo is a white girl traveling with nose plugs.
Oh.
So that's exactly what we're looking for.
Like a swimmer nose plugs?
Yeah, it's like a funny photo.
Yeah. It would be funnier if she was
Damn
doing
it, no, it's
classic.
specific. Some specific guys are in New Zealand. And then my computer froze. Oh, Bangkok, Thailand. Hey.
Reached over and hit Dan in the nuts.
That's why it stinks so much, because everyone's balls have been burst open. They've got fucking scrotal fluid.
Smell the inside of a ball?
Yeah.
I mean, men's balls notoriously stink. Imagine what they smell like inside.
Now this is saying that it's because Bangkok smells because of the durian fruit.
Oh, that stuff does stink.
Okay. When have you fucked with durian?
You know, I worked in a Thai restaurant for a very long time. They ate that shit.
So yeah, durian, and then number 3 is Los Angeles, which this is okay. Maybe this wasn't before PC culture took over, because they're like, it's a geyser in New Zealand. So see, it's not all good, white people. And then next they're like, it's Bangkok, but because they eat this delicious fruit that you probably don't even know.
You probably don't even know it, and you wouldn't even
Number
understand
3 is
it.
Stinky LA. Number 2 is Venice, Italy.
That probably smells, yeah.
Yeah, because the river.
The water, the piss river. It would be nice to live in Venice, and you wake up in the middle of the night and just open your door and piss right in the water.
Number 1 smelliest place, Edinburgh, Scotland.
Is it because of all the haggis?
Because of all the breweries and yeah, it's also just, I guess, shitty. But no, I guess the brewery, because breweries fucking smell horrible.
Yeah, they do.
So I guess there's so many distilleries and
do.
breweries, and then the wind just blows it all like right into the city.
Nice.
This is great. It says, because all of this have had like what it says, and then below it says, make the best of it. And it's like a positive angle of it.
Yeah.
And for Edinburgh, it says, since you're near a distillery, you might as well try some local whiskey. A few sips and you'll forget about the scent of the air. Not a drinker? Well then, go climb a volcano. And then there's a link for a volcano you can climb. But if you don't know that,
It does sound like a fuck you.
yeah, it sounds like some weird.
Drink? Well, then you go climb a volcano, bitch.
Yeah, if you don't know Arthur's Seat, the ancient volcano.
I'm surprised. I'm very surprised that there's a volcano in Scotland.
Me too. This thing's beautiful. And I know why they called it Arthur's Seat, because it's the only place they could hold his hot ass.
This guy's sexy.
Robert Louis Stevenson.
You're so hot, I bet you could sit on a volcano, baby.
Hey. All right. You're so hot. Where were you 2 weeks ago? Did you go to Showgirls and burn down? I'm the fire detective.
I'm the fired man. Do you think any of the firemen fell in love with a stripper after they put out the fire? Do you think any of the Do you think the firemen showed up?
They're spraying water on the building, and they're like, "Congratulations, fellas, we put it out." Then they turn and they start spraying all the ladies. They go, "Oh, sorry, we thought there's some hot stuff over on that part of the parking
Those
lot."
are the two sexiest people, and they all met at once. This firemen.
Oh my God, that is
Firemen
true.
are the sexiest man, and strippers are the sexiest woman.
I don't know about that one, but firemen definitely.
So I'm talking stereotypically,
I suppose.
because all women want to fuck a fireman.
But what about
They love them.
What about French maids? What a specific fetish.
I know. How did that get started? I like that guy
I'm
really,
into Spanish accountants.
really managed to normalize one of the oddest fetishes. It's so weird. It's like, I want a lady who's cleaning and no clothes. It's the only way I can come.
I'm into short Italians playing big guitars. Honey, will you stand next to this desk that's too big for perspective?
Yeah.
And play this big guitar.
I really love Greek receptionists.
This guitarone.
A Greek lady answering a phone all day? I can't get enough.
That would be pretty cool. The number one upvoted thing is, since when do countries have a specific smell?
Since when?
Since I don't know.
Since people had a nose?
And then there's specific body odors. This is getting bad. But this says maybe
who's the
India or
stickiest?
Indonesia.
That makes sense. Unfortunately.
Which it does just say because of the infrastructure.
Yeah. That's why I said unfortunately it makes sense. They don't have the
Yeah.
infrastructure to not shit themselves all the time.
This is great. Not the third highest upvoted one is number 5, a geyser in New Zealand. Number 4, Bangkok because of those fruits. Number 3, LA. And it's like, hey,
I know where you got
hey,
this.
wait a sec.
I know
Go
where
climb
you
in a
got
volcano, pal. What do you think Donald Trump's doing right now?
this. Fucking knee deep.
When's the last time you think Donald Trump has kissed somebody? It's like a real old-fashioned kiss. A lip-to-lip smooch.
A sweet one. Not like when he
Yeah.
talked about... Not when, what we've heard that he has a lot of tongue.
I'm not saying not tongue out.
No tongue out. Yeah.
Yeah. Just a real, genuine...
Just a nice, sweet kiss.
Yeah.
A sweet peck on the cheek.
Yeah.
Like you'd give your mother.
And what do you think that guy's up to? Just kidding.
He's still too excited to move. There's all the blood went to his crotch. He can't stand up.
Oh, okay. I was watching Freaks and Geeks the other day because I was too lazy to put on a record. So I put it out in the background. And there's this scene where they're like, it's like the geeks, and they're like the kids.
Yeah.
And he's like, you have a crush on that girl, and he's like, no, I don't. And he's like, then why are you holding your books like that? And then he just moves his books away from the front of his crotch.
Yeah.
And that's like the end of that joke. They do it pretty subtly, but that's a funny joke.
They don't show his massive erection.
No, just that he's like, I don't have an erection. But it's subtle because it's on TV in the 90s. You'd think they'd be like, you have a crush on that girl because you have an erection.
Because you have a boner, bitch.
Yeah.
What was wrong with having boners in school?
I don't know.
Did you ever get a boner in school in an inappropriate time?
Yeah, and I would get in trouble.
You get in trouble?
The nun would pull out a yardstick. First, she would measure how long it was and tell everybody. And she'd always go under.
Come on, round
I'd
up.
be like, start at the base. She's like, no, you start with the balls, meet the dick. I was like, who does that? Like, you monster. I'm not even hard and still.
I guess I don't have a humiliation fetish because I'm not hard
And then
anymore.
she'd slap it.
Yeah.
After she was done measuring it, she would slap it.
Yeah.
Hey, she was an old nun, and it is a yardstick. So she would miss. So a lot of the time, it was just her hitting like 6 inches in front of me, and then it would like hit my head.
It was like she was
on the top of my head.
It's like she was at the dainty.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And eventually, she would hit my penis.
Should we talk? Should we tell the folks at home about the dainty?
No.
Why not?
I don't think people need to know. They need to know about school erections. Not specific culture that you and I experience in a timely fashion. What did you think of the dainty? Let's tell the people what the dainty is.
You ass.
Well, here's what I think. You got all these kids out there getting these boners, and that's not new.
That's not very dainty.
That's not new. So you got to figure out in the fields in like olden times.
Yeah.
Jebediah's just got like some Amish kid is just.
He's like.
They're like, why, Jonathan? Why haven't you cut down that particular corn stalk? Then why are you standing behind it?
No, he's chopping wood, and then all of a sudden he's just like, I think I'm gonna switch over to wheat duty. Just runs into the wheat field.
I think that's what they were doing.
Oh no, the dainty, it's a thing.
I would just think anytime I got an erection in class, and I was like worried, like, oh, what if they call me to the board or whatever?
Yeah.
I would just think of my teacher, Mr. Henderson, nude.
Yeah.
And then I'd masturbate to completion.
and I'd be fine.
Yeah.
No, I learned.
Has anyone ever done that joke? That's a good, like, you know what I mean? Classic.
Hey. Well, just do it then. You got it.
No.
You can do it.
All right.
You can do it.
All right, I'm going to do it. Okay, Eric, I just do it now.
Do a little practice run. But no, that's a good joke. Put it in the act.
Masturbate.
Add it to the act.
Yeah. Cutting the. You ever cut the
act.
Cut the pockets. Cut the pockets out of your pants.
Cut the pockets out of your pants.
Yeah.
And then you
And then everyone can smell your ass all day.
can smell your ass and genitals.
Yeah. And then the smell wafts out.
You grab it, you flick the zipper fly and just do that to kind of pump it out like this bellows. It's summertime and you're like, you cut your ends of your pants off, and then you cut out your pockets for like a little ventilation.
Get a little cross breeze. My left side is cool, baby.
Blow on it.
All right. That would be fun.
Cut out the pockets of your pants.
No, well, no, that.
And then every time somebody tried to be like, you dropped your pocket, you'd be like, I could not. I cut the pockets out of my pants.
Yeah.
That's why it stinks in here. It smells like a fucking...
That's why it smells like my ass and sweaty genitals.
My specific ass smell.
Yeah.
Which is rank.
It ranks up there.
It's like Edinburgh in my pants.
No going to a volcano here, pal.
No, the next time I'm going down on a lady, I'll be like, this is like Edinburgh down here. And she'll just be like, what?
You're like full of culture. A lot of people been through here a long time.
This has been a broadly populated area.
You're letting a bunch of people put up residency like simultaneously.
This has been an area of residency for so many people for so many years. She's just like, are you calling me an old whore?
Hey.
No, I'm sorry. I'm going to backpedal here. I was just saying it stinks. I don't think you're an old whore.
Stinkiest.
Stinkiest.
MTV's stinkiest country.
Let's try and get that to catch on. Like every time it stinks somewhere, and just walk around and be like, smells like Edinburgh in here, huh? Smells like Edinburgh in here, huh?
I think it'd be cool.
Doesn't it smell like Edinburgh in here?
I think we should just get stinkiest as a negative thing to catch on.
This is the stinkiest day of my life. I do stink today as
that
well.
Guy's the stinkiest.
I've never noticed. Do you not like his cologne? No, he just...
He's one of the stinkiest people out there.
This Trump guy. Stinkiest president I can remember. Right, guys?
He fucking stinks.
This guy... This is the stinkiest.
What were we talking about before stinking?
I think we've been talking about stink for so long, we should just ride it out.
What?
Who's the stinkiest man of all time?
I don't know.
Do you think it was a caveman?
My dad?
My dad actually mows the lawn?
Yeah. My high school girlfriend one time said something about how this guy smelled like my dad's cologne.
Yeah.
And then I was like, what? Mine doesn't wear cologne. And then she described like the smell, and my mom's like, that's just garlic. Your dad seeds garlic, and he like sweats garlic, and it like smells. It's like it's cologne. My mom was like roasting my dad. My girlfriend's like, no, I assumed it's some weird cologne.
I went to Italy. Everywhere it smelled like your dad's cologne.
Yeah.
My mom was cooking dinner the other day, and it smelled just like your dad's cologne.
I was like, hey, is Dan's dad over here?
Let Dan's dad in the building. Don't let him touch your knobs.
Oh, he's greasy.
When's the last time you think your parents made out?
Longer ago than Trump has kissed. I haven't made out with either of them in years.
It's been a long time.
No, what were we? I had something I was gonna say.
We were considering talking about the dainty.
No, but then after. We're talking about before the dainty.
The stinkiest places.
No, after the stinkiest.
Your boners.
Hey now.
Your public boners.
Hey now. No, I guess not.
That's the order of the things that
I
we were
guess we were
discussing.
out.
We are.
Oh, you're right, because the nun was hitting me.
Yeah.
And that's how we got to the
And that's how we got to the dainty. And
You're
we
right.
got to your boners because we were talking about smells, and you're stinky. Yours are stink.
I have a stinky
Yours are
erection.
Stinky erection.
That'd be cool if each erection had like all of a sudden it smelled. Or like,
Yeah, it had like a odor was released.
yeah.
I wish that like it would release a vapor.
Well, you never come when it's hot. What'd you think of the dainty? So you said there were pickles?
I saw people eating plenty of pickles. Unless they've been holding on to them all day.
Unless they brought their own pickle.
I don't think they did.
It's tradition.
It's bring your own pickle.
No, but to have a pickle, and if they're out of pickles, you gotta follow tradition.
You should have brought a pickle.
I would have. You
I
know what's
don't
wild?
understand. I would have.
I was at a punk show a few weeks ago, and they had a kid who was giving out pickles,
Yeah.
like a big jar of pickles.
Yes.
And then I went to the dainty, where pickles are specifically part of the tradition,
And did not have pickles.
and I was unable to get a pickle.
Hmm.
I was unable,
Was not able to do it.
against my abilities.
I was. Well, pickles are punks.
Pickles are punk now.
Pickles. They've always been punk.
Pickles are punk.
Pickles are punk. I'm gonna make a shirt that says that. I
I'm
think
an
that would
old-
sell for some reason that no one would understand.
I'm tired
No
of-
one would. A bunch of people would maybe buy that shirt,
I sure would sell.
but I don't think anyone would be like, I know why I like this shirt.
Man, punk changed. It used to be something different.
It used to be spraying walls. Now it's shopping malls.
Whoa, I forgot about that.
We are at exactly an hour.
I forgot about-
We could have gone. We could go full circle right now.
Nuts. Well, some of that's just you throwing up in the bathroom.
I stopped it.
Oh, okay.
Why would I keep it on for that? You got a scale? I want to know my true weight.
No, I wish I had a scale. Because I recently went...
But you're too self-conscious.
No,
to
I
have
did
one
some
of those.
health survey the other day. Well, I guess the scale wouldn't help
Trying to
me
get
with
money.
this. Yeah, I'm trying to help the government know
Fuck
stuff
you.
about me.
Fuck the government.
No, I'm
and
kidding.
fuck you.
But they told me my body fat percentage was 37.5, which at the time I was like, yeah, whatever. And then I went home and I Googled that, and that's like dangerously obese. And it like I was Google image searching that level, and it was like it was just showing me walruses. I was like, oh, never mind. So now I'm like, I gotta get a fitness doctor.
It does. I mean, I don't really understand what a BMI is, but does that mean that almost 40% of your body is just fat?
Yeah, I guess so.
You're almost at 50-50
I know,
there,
it's
buddy.
just like, what? Like, I know I don't have muscle, but I like...
What about like my bones?
Yeah,
my
should my
organs?
bones be most of it? What's my BMI but with bone mass index?
What's my bone or mass index?
That would be cool.
And then they slap your cock with a yardstick.
And then they're like, get out to the fields.
Go to the fields, young man, and relieve yourself.
Yeah, we're like dudes on like ships, just swaying in the ocean all day.
Yeah.
They're just like, I'm constantly getting unwanted
I
erections.
mean, the motion of the ocean.
I guess that's not really the motion. It's more of like a
I'd be sleepy.
riding on a railroad.
Yeah, because it's hitting your prostate. You're bumping around and your prostate's getting bumped.
That's probably where it should have ended. The audience picturing a big railroad spike and some hobos. He takes the end of the bindle, sticks it up his ass, has it hanging off the end of the train so that it's like hitting all the
Yeah, that was the hobo butt plug.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden the railroad cop comes out and he's like,
What are you?
he's like, there's cum all over these here tracks.
Jesus Christ! There's cum all over, man. It's gonna make the train slip off them tracks.
That's
Or
how,
maybe it'll stick to the tracks. I don't know what cum does.
you don't. It is weird that doesn't have more uses.
Cum?
You think, like...
Yeah, you think they could figure something out to do it.
There probably is stuff and they suppress it.
Yeah, they don't want people to know.
Because there's stuff they're like, oh, you can use a baby's foreskin for really expensive women's face cream.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I know.
No,
Why do you think I work so hard? I'm fucking... I gotta keep these cheeks smooth.
oh my gosh. Oh. All right, bring us home. Hit me with it.
Hit me with your...
Try your joke again. So you can practice.
I don't even remember it now. What was it?
Whenever I would get an erection in class,
Whenever I would get an erection in class,
I would just picture Mr. Robertson fully nude.
No, Henry. I wouldn't picture Mr. Robertson.
Okay.
He was busted. I never had a male teacher until I got in 7th grade.
Really?
Yeah, isn't that weird? There were none in my school. And then when I was in 7th grade, one started.
All my elementary school teachers were women.
Were ladies.
Women.
Oh. We just had babes. I'm talking 8s, 9s, 10s.
Babes.
Well, I was in Ohio. We couldn't get always 10s.
There weren't a lot of 10s.
Just in principal.
I didn't go to that school. Yeah, that's the principal. The principal's the sexiest
The principal's
girl
telling
in school.
people. No, I meant it's the principal telling. The school's going to be all 10s. We're going to see some of the hottest teachers.
We're going to have a fashion show.
Yeah.
And whoever wins gets to not have to, they can, first period can be their free period, but you can just come in late if you want.
That's something you don't hear a lot about. That's something you don't hear a lot about is like teachers and students hooking up years later.
Yeah. It happens.
No, I know it happens,
Yeah.
and I know people have done it, but that's not like, why isn't that a cool trope?
Yeah. It should be like,
Somebody's like, hey, I'm 35. I'm going to go fuck my 52-year-old former math teacher.
yeah, I always thought he was hot, and now I'm an old lady.
Yeah, now I'm an old lady because I'm 35.
I can fuck whoever I want.
No, because once you're... Yeah, that'd be cool. You can fuck the principal.
You can fuck the
By the
principal.
time I'm like 60 and the principal's like 90,
I can fuck her.
I'm gonna fuck my old principal.
I'm gonna fuck my old principal. Okay, there we go.